Hi, Janet. Kamusta?
Oh, that's so good. You know your Filipino words already.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Well, I'm in the Philippines with my background, and you
Beautiful.
were supposed to be filming in the Philippines, but they put another country there instead of. So would you have preferred to be there in the Philippines?
I would have loved to have come and shot in the Philippines. Unfortunately, we've been dealing with this global pandemic, so traveling was a little tricky. So we had to send a small crew out there to film your beautiful coastline so that we can recreate it in our digital world. But I would love to have come, and I'm sure I will do soon. I'll
Yeah,
come with
and
Jacob. Jacob will take me.
thank you. And you mentioned in the notes that you trained more here in this movie than in Spider-Man. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. The training for this movie was very different to that of the training for Spider-Man. When we're preparing for a Spider-Man movie, we're focusing on flexibility and agility, because he's a very supple character. Whereas Nathan Drake is a little bit more stoic. He's more calculated in the things that he does. So I wanted to be stronger and fitter. So the training I did was different, but I really enjoyed it, and it was unique and different for me.
And Tati Gabriel used the karambit, and the karambit is used in a Filipino martial art called
Nice.
Kali Eskrima. So, were you able to also train with some Filipino martial artists in this movie?
Unfortunately, I wasn't. My character wasn't required to train in any sort of martial art. I was kind of just doing boxing. But I know that Tati has a background in martial arts. I think she's a black belt in karate. So the karambit was something that she picked up very quickly, and she's obviously incredibly menacing in the movie and very believable as this character. So she's fantastic, and I'm really excited for fans to see what she comes up with.
And how much did you know about Ferdinand Magellan before you even did the movie?
To be honest, I knew nothing about Ferdinand Magellan. It was a nice little history lesson for me making this film. It's a pretty incredible story, and I'm sure somewhere out there is this, massive treasure. Whether we find it or not, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there is someone out there looking for it.
And how fun was it working with these two kick-ass girls in the movie?
It was pretty awesome. The pair of them were fantastic. They really, really brought it. And, they gave it their all. I remember Sophia had to do this stunt where she had to slide down this car, and bless her, she had this massive bruise on her leg. But, they were both amazing. Tati as well. I mean, the action sequences with Tati, there's a bit in the film where she kicks me in the chest, and she really didn't hold back. She really just kicked me in the chest. So it was a lot of fun working with the pair of them. They're fantastic.
Yeah, and the most exciting for me was the one on the mid-air aircraft you were fight on the fighting scene. Yeah, how fun was that or scary?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was tough, and yes, you're right. It was very scary. At times we were doing some aerial stunts that were, 80 feet, 90 feet in the air, and it was daunting at times. But we had a great team of people keeping us safe, a great set of engineers who were operating the Kuka arms, and also my two stunt doubles, Greg and Luke, are the best in the business. So I felt pretty safe and pretty supported.
Well, thank you very much, Tom, for joining us, and hope to see you in the Philippines one of these days.
I would love to. Thank you very much for your time.